Chaos Theory by Tessa Crowley. Brought to you by Leanne Audio. Chapter 5. Curiosity will conquer fear even more than bravery will. James Stevens. Draco knows where his strengths are. He knows he is almost always the smartest person in the room, for example. He knows that he is capable of grasping difficult and abstract concepts without much trouble. He knows he's able to think laterally, to see the whole in the parts, to deduce objectively from details other people don't even notice. He's also pretty fast. But he is not brave. He has never been brave. That, surely, is why his heart is racing. He could die. Generally speaking, he could die at any moment from any number of things, but the third-floor corridor apparently presents a higher-than-average chance of death. Unfortunately, he's more curious than he is scared. That would make a great epitaph, Draco thinks. He breathes once and reaches out for the doorknob. Locked. He casts a quick diagnostic spell. No wards, no filters. The lock on the door isn't even magical. He could open it with a spell. Hell, with a lockpick. Why is this so easy? Cowardice flares up again, drowning his curiosity. Draco! He whirls on a heel, heart suddenly in his throat. Standing on the other end of the hallway is a boy with big, round glasses and hair like a dead animal. "Who are you?" Draco asks. "How do you know my name?" The boy blinks at him in silence. He fidgets, looking uncomfortable. "We met before." "We did. Wait." Draco squints. His face is familiar, he realizes, and then it hits him. Robe shop. He smiles, and yes, it's definitely Robe Shop Boy. Draco recalls being told his name, but he can't remember it, and is pretty sure it doesn't matter anyway. "You remember?" Robe Shop says, smiling like it's great news. "What are you doing here?" Draco asks. "I could ask the same of you." Robe Shop walks forward, stuffing his hands into the pocket of his robe to fight the chill filtering through the hallway. "Headmaster Dumbledore said that this corridor is forbidden. You can't be here." "And yet here I am," Draco says blithely. "It's a miracle." Robe Shop laughs, and it's the most startling thing Draco's heard all day. He's not used to making people laugh, not with genuine amusement anyway. But Robe Shop is laughing, and it's because Draco said something funny, and Draco is no longer sure how to handle this situation. "Not concerned with rules, then?" Robe Shop asks, once he's done laughing. "On the contrary, I dedicate my life to rules," Draco replies, doing a very good job of pretending he's not hopeless with social interaction. "That's why I break them." "That doesn't make any sense," says Robe Shop. "It makes perfect sense if you know anything at all about science." He turns back to the door and glares at it. A simple Alohomora would open it, but Draco's hand rings around his wand, and he can't bring himself to cast it. In his head, curiosity and cowardice duke it out for dominance. Do wizards have science? Everyone has science. Laws of nature don't just stop working because you don't understand them. He pauses, then amends. Well, sometimes they do, but that's only on a quantum scale. "Are you some kind of genius?" Robe Shop asks, and there's awe in his voice again. Draco is uncomfortable with the word genius, and always has been. He's glad he's still facing the door, so Robe Shop can't see as much. He decides to change the subject. "A wizard as powerful as Albus Dumbledore should be able to hide this better." Silence for a moment, then, "What?" "It's just a door," Draco says. "Just an ordinary door with an ordinary lock. The spell to open it could be performed by a 6-year-old. There are no walls to prevent entry or filters to obscure its existence. Why? Why is something so dangerous so easily accessible? And more to the point, why would he warn an entire school of it and then leave it so exposed? Robeshop doesn't answer, which is fine because the question had mostly been rhetorical. His fingers itch. Draco's most base instinct has always been look, learn, figure it out, understand. It pumps through his body with each heartbeat. It sparks in his nerves and ignites his senses. At present, that instinct is warring with his other instinct to not die. So are you going to open it? Draco starts. Robeshop is beside him now. Draco wasn't sure when that happened, and looking at him with open curiosity. Draco sets his face. No reason not to, he says, hoping he can make himself believe it. I don't think anyone has ever died from opening a door. Probably not, Robeshop agrees. And if there's something dangerous behind it, I can always just close it again. It must be enough to contain it. Yeah. Draco takes a breath. He's thinking of curiosity and cats when he raises his wand and says, Alohomora. Click goes the door, and Draco grabs the handle before he can give it too much thought and pulls it open. It appears to be a disused classroom, though any chairs and tables have been emptied out. The windows are boarded up and all lights extinguished. In the corner of the room, sleeping soundly, is a massive 3-headed dog on top of a trap door. There is a curious and addictive sensation in Draco, something that hovers between absolute terror and enthralling fascination. It makes his blood run hot and his senses razor-sharp. Wow, says Robeshop. One of the dog's heads snuffles in its sleep, and Draco shuts the door, locking it again with another spell. Draco has never wanted to know anything so badly as what's under that trap door. In one corner of his mind, he goes through his mental map of the castle, trying to figure out what's beneath this wing. In another corner, he runs through a list of people he might be able to interrogate for more information. I didn't know dogs could have 3 heads, Robeshop says. It's such an obvious statement, miles behind, and the way it contrasts with all the careful charts and maps in Draco's head pulls a startled laugh out of him. And then Robeshop is laughing, because Draco is, and it just keeps going, and before Draco really knows what's going on, he suddenly realizes that this is how friendships must start.